It's snow falling. My FW200 is doing inverted circles all by itself, and my radio is down there. How cool is that? I'm actually warming the batteries. I'm really crazy. Look at that. Is this much snow falling and I'm flying my RC helicopter. Give me heater, give me heater. That's my FW200 hovering inverted. Okay, I'm gonna put the radio down. Ooh, look at that. Go to Smart Aerobatic. Go up. Look at that. I don't know what this switch does, but I just call it SB son of a bitch switch. It's holding its position pretty good. That's without GPS. Look at that. Controls are really nice, man. I mean, the beginners are going to have absolutely fun time with this. If you put it down to stop, your helicopter will happily disarm the motors, and it has been pretty good helicopter so far in terms of GPS features. And look at that, I even flew it today in this much snowfall. No issues at all. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Greetings, alishanmao here. Welcome outdoors. Finally, I have a break from this constant raining, and I'm very happy that, as many of you have been requesting, I will be able to finally review the FW200 Direct Drive RC helicopter from Flywing. Now, before we proceed, let me tell you, the Flywing FW200 is a direct drive helicopter. As I just said, it has a built-in GPS system, so it's running an H1V2, and not just that, it also have a positioning system, so it can position itself indoor with optical flow and TOF sensor down here. So let's talk about the helicopter's features very quickly. Let me give you a quick closer look at the RC helicopter FW200, and then I'll give it a flight right away and see how it goes and how it performs. Okay, first off, let me give you a closer look at the RC helicopter, the FW200 from Flywing. It's a GPS RC helicopter. We'll talk about those features as well. As you can see, it is slightly bigger than the M2 direct drive RC helicopter from Hobby, Ohio Model Products. Hobby M2, which is one of the best helicopters out there. So it seems like it's a direct drive era. As you can see that there is a direct drive motor now. Okay, so they also went direct drive straight. Okay, I have no idea what is the kV on motor at the moment. There's no information about that. And then there is a direct drive tail motor right here. Okay, and you see there's an additional sensor built down here. These are time of flight sensors, that TOF, and optical flow sensor is a small camera here, which will enable the helicopter to hold its position and altitude precisely even indoors. Just make sure the floor is not completely white tiles. If floor has some patterns, the helicopter should be able to hold its position indoors very precisely. Makes it very easy for people to fly indoors without GPS. Outdoors, of course, it will use the GPS. Now, Canopy, of course, let's take a quick look at it. I like the color scheme on it. Okay, look at that, it's really nice. But again, it's the same type of glass fiber canopy. I'm not sure how long it will survive if you are crashing this helicopter. Crashing is not advised. Anyway, I like the design of the canopy and the color scheme. Now, as you can see on the helicopter right here, you have the H1V2 flight controller, and notice there is no USB port at all. So how do you configure this flight controller? Well, they will release an app very soon that will connect to helicopter using Bluetooth. Connect to helicopter H1V2 via Bluetooth, and you will be able to configure all the options of this H1V2 flight controller. However, the app is not ready yet. So when I asked, hey, how do I calibrate the compass, I was told there's an advanced algorithm running in there, and you don't need to configure or calibrate anything. It's an intelligent helicopter. It will fly. Oui. Huh? Algorithm that intelligent? Are you buying this? Let's take their words on that. Notice the carbon fiber, very simple frame. Okay, like it, easy to repair. And notice that there's a metal, CNC metal part on the frame right here, which is holding the servos. And also notice they have a FW200 servos, which are digital metal gear servos, as they claim, and a complete metal rotor head. All right, tail looks like a glass fiber, not carbon fiber, glass fiber boom. And at the back right here we have plastic parts. I don't know, ABS or something, I have no idea. So this was the helicopter. Now let me show you the radio control that it came with. Now this came with this kind of radio controller, which is very close to, you know, compact radio Zorro. And you have a dial here, which is also a clicker, so you can use it to go navigate through the menus and you know, configure the parameters or setup of the radio. And two sticks, both spring loaded, one antenna, USB port, audio jack, which is like for the trainer. And then right here you have stable, acro, and manual. 3 flight modes: stable, acro, and manual. I will describe what are these flight modes. Then normal and return to home, and son of a bitch. That's WB. I don't know what this switch does, but I just call it SB son of a bitch switch right here. It doesn't do anything. So anyway, and then we have a stop and run switch. All right, so nothing else to see. Yeah, on the back you have a battery inside right here, and this time there's a lithium polymer battery. Okay, it's 3.7 volt, 44 watt hour, 1200 milliamp battery. Okay, so you can basically take it out and charge, or just charge directly using the USB-C port, doesn't matter. Okay, and then we have on-off switch. Now, one more thing, people who fly mode 1 and mode 2, I fly mode 2, that throttle on the left. If you fly mode 1, it is super easy to change the radio control from mode 2 to mode 1, because you know the sticks are you know, spring loaded, and all you need to do is go to the programming and just switch to mode 1. Okay, before you go any further, please, if you can see, make sure that it is on 100 milliwatt. The power is on 100 milliwatts. So what you will do is use the dial, come to SFH2S. Oh, it's running SFH as a system. You can bind your Futaba and Radio Master Zorro and Radio Master TX16S. Awesome. We'll do that videos later. So go to the RF power and make sure it's on 100 milliwatt. Okay, make sure it's 100 milliwatt. And after that, go back. Don't put it on 25 milliwatt, because you will run out of the, you know, control range, and the helicopter will activate auto return to home. So to program the radio, all you need is click, and you have monitor, reverse settings, RGB settings for this light right here. You have LCD settings, TX settings, and about. I would suggest, because Flywing has set up everything, you don't do anything to this radio. All right, do not change any settings on this radio, just keep it like this. Now, why do you see an acro mode together with manual mode? Isn't manual the acrobatic? Now, previously you had a GPS position hold on your FW GPS helicopters, and in GPS mode you could auto invert the helicopter and put the radio down and impress your friends that, look at that, the helicopter is doing inverted all by itself, and you could fly around. So it's for beginners to enjoy inverted flight, not for learning to do inverted flight. That's a different story. I'll talk about that later. But to do inverted flight and experience it, and then you could auto invert back. But here, when you switch your radio to acro mode, that is a Smart Acro. Now, once you are in a Smart Acro mode, your aileron can actually perform simple tocs and rolls on the helicopter. That's what they say, that it will actually do smart aerobatics, which they have programmed automatically. How good it will do that? We'll find that out. Okay, so let's put in the fully charged battery. and give it a flight. And before that, let me just show you that it came with 850 milliamp 3S tattoo battery. How cool is that? And I have 2 of these. So let's fly and let's hope things go right. Now, one thing I suspect could go wrong very, very quick, and is that they have programmed low voltage return to home. And in winter, the batteries can show low voltage immediately on a simple punch. On a little punch, it will just show 3.6, 3.4 volts to the flight controller, and a flight controller will simply activate auto return to home. That's the only problem I see. So I asked, can I have the app so I can turn off that feature? And they said, app is not available. I believe I will face this issue today right here, and I just hope that I don't have the issue that I had last time, where helicopter flew away and then fell out of the skies like a turd. All right, now let's fly it. And before you take off, please notice this, that you should have the green LED on the unit down there, solid green. Solid green means it has locked all the satellites and GPS is ready. If it is blinking, that means the GPS is not completely locked all the satellites, and helicopter will still hold its position and altitude using the downward facing sensors. Okay, so now the GPS is locked. I'm gonna hit the switch, and do remember, once the motor and propeller, main rotors start, if you don't do anything on the radio control, it will power off automatically in few seconds, just like this. In order to take off, you will have to increase the throttle a little bit, like just give it a pinch on top and leave it, and then it will take off automatically. Okay, so here we go. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Once again, start. And once it starts spinning, move the throttle up slightly and leave to the center. There you go. It will take off just like this. Okay, now it took off. It's holding the position really nice. Nice is also nice. Very nice position hold. Oh, look at that. How easy it is to fly, man. Looky, FW200 in GPS hover action. Okay, so I took my pictures. It's still hovering, but it's going up and down, as you notice. Notice that it's just going up and down. Could be due to TOF sensors, the downward facing sensors. Okay, so I'm just gonna fly it around and see how it feels like. Controls are really nice, man. I mean, the beginners are going to have absolutely fun time with this if it doesn't show those kind of glitches that I met last time. Look at that. I mean, beginners are gonna have the time of their life flying it, because if anything goes wrong, all you need to do is leave the sticks. Look at that. Your helicopter is actually back to hover. I'm waiting for you to give it a command. So, hey, go back. Right. Go right. Yep. Sorry, that was left. Oh, beginner mistake. No problem. Leave the sticks and it will stabilize itself and hover it in place. So let's say go right. This makes it go right. And this makes it go left. Ah, that is nose orientation. So you see what I'm talking about? Beginners will have good time correcting their orientations. You know, what nose in do, what is left, what is right, what is back, what is front, what side orientations do, you know, and how do you fly if it is constantly spinning. So beginners can correct their orientations very quickly. So I have beeping, that means battery is getting low. You know, it's winter. Okay, taking off, and this time I will try to activate RTH and see how precise is RTH. Okay, so What? Okay, that was some kind of initialization beep, I'm not sure. So I'm right there. Okay, I'm gonna activate RTH. I did RTH. This helicopter is rising. And it should go to certain set altitude, then return to home. Turning the nose in and flying back automatically. The helicopter is coming back, coming back, coming back. And I actually took off from here. So let's see the deviation. Now it's turning the nose and it starts to land now. Well, you see, I'm just holding the radio in my hands. I'm actually not doing anything. All right. Landing very nice and slow. I'm still holding the radio, as you can see right here. Pretty much 1-2 meters deviation. But hey, it's back safely and landed safely. In winter, batteries are really not helping at all, man. So I'm just gonna keep the helicopter slightly far from me and at this altitude, okay? Switching to Smart Acro. All right, and let's see what happens. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh, battery is dying. I better switch back. And I switched back. All right, that was very easy, man. I'll put the helicopter at this side, just like this, at this altitude. Go to Smart Aerobatic, go up. Look at that. Look at that. I'm just gonna go slightly up, down. Look at that. Huh? Did you see that? I hope you can see it. Again, battery is doing a lot of TTT. So at lower altitude, I'm just gonna go up, down. Oh, it activated RTH. So I will cancel it and bring it down. But that was nice, actually. That was very nice to do the front flip just like that. You know, flying is really nice in GPS mode. Look at that. It's really very, very responsive. But just that in winter, man, the batteries are dying really quickly. So I have to set up the battery low voltage alarm to slightly more low in winter. And also I have to turn off the low voltage auto return to home. And for that I need app. And for app, I just got message from Flywing that they can give me a prototype of app next week. And that means I can configure it according to my taste and according to my choices, and then bring it back for another flight test. It's actually beautiful, man. Really easy to do aerobatics now. I mean, you saw it, how easy it actually does aerobatics. Just forward flip and you do forward and backward flips, left, right, and I do rolls, stays inverted. You can fly it inverted. This is nice. This is nice, man. Back to the field, and today, before flying, I'm actually warming the batteries because it's a good idea to warm up the batteries, LiPo batteries, and I hope that today they will give me better performance. Right, now the batteries are in the bag, nice and warm, and I can get one battery out and my FW200 and give it a flight. Okay, before the snowfall gets heavier, let's get out one warm battery. Nice and warm. I could even keep it in my underwear. It will be warmer there with my batteries. Let's put it down here and fly it in the snowfall. How wonderful it is. Ooh, look at that. Nom, 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 nom. Nom, 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 nom. I'm eating the snowfall. Snow, whatever. Come on, man. The GPS is still not locked, but hey, who cares? Let's take off because it has a downward positioning sensors, you know? Should be able to hold. Ooh, snow on my eyelash. My beautiful long eyelashes are getting snow. So without GPS, look at that. It's holding its position pretty good. That's without GPS. Look at that. Nice. As you can see, the green LED is still blinking, and that means the GPS satellites are not locked, and it will not return to home actually in the right way. Whenever it locks the satellites, all the satellites, it will beep. So let's go up a little. Oh, it doesn't go any higher. Look at that. Without GPS, it just holds this altitude. It doesn't allow me to go up. Look at that. Man, finally I have all the satellites. So long beep and solid green LED, and now I can get more altitude as well. So there is a limit of altitude if it is in non-GPS mode. Yeah, see, now I can go up. All right, so back to Smart Acro testing, and forward. Nice, look at that. And down and up and down. Okay, sometimes works up and down and sometimes work down and up. Ooh, look, I'm just doing TikToks this way, huh? That's nice. So let's bring it down because it's catching the altitude. All right, and let's just keep it this altitude, and now you can see the radio. All right, so up, down. Awesome. Up, down. Look. Up, down. Up, down. Up, down. It actually climbed up really high. Look at that. Okay, I am bringing it lower. There you go. Okay, look at that. It's hovering inverted all by itself, huh? A little bit of toilet bowl movement. And go up. Up, down. Nice. Okay, today I warmed the battery, so I'm getting good results. Right, left. Nice. Right, left. Awesome. Left, right. Right, left. I'm doing side TikToks, man. That's nice. Starts beeping. Low voltage. So when you warm the batteries, you get good results. Now, while the battery is doing this, I want to go full 3D. And when you go full 3D, they say it will fall down a bit. So you have to keep the throttle high. Let's see full manual what it will do. Yeah, it actually tends to fall down a little bit. Kind of very, very sluggish. Very, very sluggish. and not precise. I don't know if I have to get used to it, but I don't see, according to my experience, man, look at that, that snowfall just got bigger. According to my experience, you know, this 3D is not stable. Full manual, we have to tweak and then we can do full manual. That's nice. Well, let me change the battery and do some more smart aerobatics. That will be nice. All right, I just changed the battery. Man, I'm crazy. I'm really crazy. Look at that. It's this much snow falling and I'm flying my RC helicopter. So this time I want to see how long it will hold inverted in GPS Smart Acro mode. Okay, so up, down. Okay. Controls are totally wrong. Yeah, rudder is wrong. According to the 3D, rudder is wrong. So that's my FW200 hovering inverted. Okay, I'm gonna put the radio down. It's snow falling. My FW200 is doing inverted circles all by itself, and my radio is down there. Okay, I don't know why it's doing this way. A lot of toilet bowl movement. So go back to normal. Yes, there's a lot of toilet bowl movement, man. I don't know why. But hey, smart aerobatics is working, so you can simply show off, you know, just like this to your friends that, you know, look at that, I can do this. Look at that. You can easily show off, man. I mean, you don't have to have skills. Imagine if Flywing can keep programming new routines just like this. You don't have to learn to do 3D. You just perform all these routines by yourself. Okay, man, I think I'm getting wet now. I have to call it a day. I've been flying it in Snowfall and testing it's a Smart Acro. It's actually doing very well with the Smart Acro. Not much troubles except that, you know, toilet bowl movement. So if you do those smart aerobatics slightly higher, you know, you don't have any troubles. You will not have any troubles. Look at that. So this is FW200, people, and so far all the features have been working properly. Let's just see in Snowfall if it will auto return to home properly or not. Okay, so I'm just going there, return to home. All right, and I'll put my radio right here somewhere. It's getting wet, man. Look at that. So the helicopter is returning home. There you go. My radio is here and helicopter is coming back home automatically. Okay, right there. It's not gonna land on my car. Pretty nice so far. Look at that. It's positioning itself. Come on, battery is getting low. Land, come on, hurry up. There's my radio, man. Radio's here now. Helicopter is landing. Done. How sweet is that, man? I mean, really. It has been pretty good helicopter so far in terms of GPS features. And look at that, I even flew it today in this much snowfall. No issues at all. Even with GPS, no issues. So, let me dry up everything. Now let me tell you a very interesting fact about FW200. And that is right here on the radio control on this start-stop switch. I would like to call it drop it like a turd switch. Why? Because if during flight you put the switch to stop, no matter what type of flight mode you are in, the helicopter will disarm the motor and it will drop like a turd. Trust me. I mean, this switch should be labeled as crash me switch or something like that, you know. So be very, very careful when you're flying. Keep your middle finger or whatever finger is right there away from this switch. During flight, if you put it down to stop, your helicopter will happily disarm the motors and crash. Give me heater, give me heater. I'm freezing, give me heater, man. Okay, so you see, I am surprised, man. I mean, the FW200 sitting backside right there, it actually flew in this snowfall and raining. I mean, if you look at the windshield of my car, you can see how much it has been snowfalling and rain turning into water and rain. Look at the RC airport, it's all wet. So in this wet conditions, the FW200 flew very well and did not show me any kind of GPS glitch or so, except that in inverted it went into toilet bowl movement after some time. I'm not sure if that is an intelligent programming. I don't know. It should actually hold hover, inverted hover nice and solid, but there wasn't much trouble controlling it, flying it around or so. I can easily conclude that the first time that I had a flyaway on the FW200 is because that was the very first sample out of the factory, and it might have glitches, programming issues. They did not test it much. It was the very, very first unit, and after the very first 2 flights, it flew very well, everything was good, and then it just climbed up all by itself and later turned off the motor and dropped like a turd. So that was the very first prototype, and I would say I can easily conclude that there could have been, you know, issues with programming and everything. I sent the unit back to the factory. They studied the log files and everything, and here it is. You see FW200 sitting back there, and you have watched all the testing and even the flight in this nice snowfall kind of rain. It flew very well and did smart aerobatics and did auto return to home. Just so people, you have watched it. I don't have to say it. You know, this helicopter is something. All right, let's go back home and let's plan a live show talking about FW200. Until then, give this video a big thumb up, stay subscribed to my channel, hit that little bell icon, turn on all the notifications, and stay updated for all the upcoming uploads. If you have any questions, any new requests for the tests on FW200, let me know in the comments and I'll happily do that. All right, let's go buy some steel and build a new motor mount for my electric paramotor. Come on, you know what to do. Hit that like button, it's right there. I know you can do it. Oh, while you're at it, also hit the subscribe button right there. Come on, don't be shy, just hit it. Thank you very much for all your support towards my work, that I post regular and fresh content on my channel just for you. Hit that like button right there.